I made some edits here to both oscillators, as you can see. Set the warp to 19% on the first oscillator. Did some transposing. And on the second one, changed the warp to 25% and detuned it by about 5 cents. Now, this was very subtle, turning this sub on to give me some extra harmonics in that low end, about an octave down. Turn the gain to about negative 4.5, set the tone to 40%. It's very subtle, but it changes the overall tone of the sound. See my frequency settings here? Took out some low end, set the resolution to 21% over here on the first one. It's a pad sound, so I had a slower attack. You can see my decay and my sustain here. Envelope 2, I got an even longer attack. And I pretty much left envelope 3 alone for the most part. Except I came way down here on the sustain. For LFO1, I chose a triangle wave. Got the rate here, 3.1, amount 100%. For LFO2, got the rate about 0.75, amount 89%. Over here in the matrix, you can see where I mapped them out. Then I got an echo on here. Only about 25% wet, decay 35%. See my reverb and stereo settings up here. The echo was pretty subtle, but it helped a lot. And I also added some delay. Now, what makes this sound very unique, I set up the tree tone down here to play underneath it. This is what gives it, a more thick and distorted ambient sound. It also has some, nice and soothing bellish sounds playing underneath. So it gives it a pretty unique, undertone to the whole sound. Adding this tree tone gave the sound, pretty unique vibe. Saturator here came down on the output. On the saturator over here, it came down on the output. Drove up the drive by the same amount. Pretty subtle with the dry wet knob here, only about 42%. Got this low end because if I hadn't, the sound would have been pretty close to being distorted on the low end. So off on that quite a bit. I took out this really harsh frequency right here, and then I brought up this really bright frequency that sounded really good. Just pushed it up just a little bit by about 5 dB. Threw on a limiter. I got the sound. Let's listen to it with the tree tone off and then with the tree tone on. You'll see how it changes the sound.